Welcome to the Dutch Tech on Heels podcast, where we spotlight people shaping the tech scene. I'm Jennifer Delano. I'm the founder of Dutch Tech on Heels and your host for today. Um, we're also excited to have this special edition. It's a Tech Fest edition, and currently we're at the Hague Tech to record this at the podcast studio. Um, this is Dutch Tech on Heels, where we break the glass ceiling and pave the way for the next generation of leaders in tech. Well, at this special edition, we have Walter Hague. Walter, who is Walter?
Who is Walter? Well, I'm Walter. I'm 44 years old next month. I have 3 children, and I am a co-founder of a company called Hague. I have a 25-ish year career in tech behind me. I did everything from development to DBA, sysadmin work, and then in 2008 I wanted to travel around the world and not be bound down. So I started a company and started traveling, and that company was eventually acquired in 2019, 6 months before Corona. And then,
Perfect.
yeah, things you can't plan for, but yeah, we got acquired, and then eventually, about a year and a half ago, I said I want to go on another adventure, starting a company. So that's what I'm doing now. Together with a bunch of
That's
different
great.
partners. Yep.
What are you currently working on?
I am spending my days, about half of it, doing consulting for customers. We do data and AI consulting. So about half of it is doing consulting projects, and the other half is working on our product, Lorelei, where we work on a product to help companies search through internal information in a ChatGPT style way with the whole platform, blah blah blah. Lots of
And then
features.
very safe and secure, I guess.
Safe and secure,
Yes.
local, and especially with this whole tech, American tech fear, it's becoming more and more of a topic in the customers that we talk to, that they want to do things locally and not send their information to either China or US.
Yes. Well, I'm glad that people get starting being aware of this. So that's only for the good. You talked about this at TechFest.
I did, yeah.
Tell me, what happened?
Well, I think that was like 2 weeks after DeepSeek, and so DeepSeek is a model was released by a company in China, and people were on the one hand super excited about it, but on the other hand worried about sending their data to China. But to me, it's pick your battles, because the other option is sending your data to Sam Altman, who isn't exactly running an open AI. So I'm a little concerned about both, to be honest. And what we see now is just every week there's new innovations happening, and for me it's a very interesting time to be in IT.
Good. And you talked at TechFest.
Yeah.
Do you do that often?
Regularly, as much as I can. I really enjoy public speaking. I remember my first time was in a conference in Spain. It was a horrible disaster, but it taught me some things, and then along the way you learn and learn a little bit more. And now I really enjoy speaking. Yeah.
You learn and improve, eh? That's how you do it. Yes, love it. What does appeal to you in working in tech?
Working in tech. Yeah, I've always loved tech. As a kid growing up in the 80s and 90s, I would buy these gaming magazines that came with a CD with the shareware version of every game that came out. And I wanted to install all of them, and then that didn't fit in my father's computer, and then I would start removing files to make space to make space for the games, and then I would remove files that would totally break the Windows installation, so I'd have to repair the computer before my father came home so he wouldn't be too angry. And I did a lot of that, and then yeah, I really started enjoying tinkering with computers, and then I've not really felt like I'm working for the last 25 years, so I count myself very lucky in that regard.
You just follow your passion.
Yep.
Yeah.
I have zero planned paths in my career, and unfortunately, but fortunately for me, I'm a white guy in tech, so things are unfortunately a little easier for me than for some other people. But yeah, it just led me from one thing to another, and I just always followed my heart, and that's
Yeah, that's a great way to move. So you say you're a white guy in tech. You have a team.
yes.
How? Yeah. What is the male female ratio in your team?
The male female ratio is we have one. We are a team of 8. We have one woman working for us. We had a female co-founder, but unfortunately, she chose a different path because she got a opportunity of a lifetime last year. So she's no longer with us. And then we have Candice, who's in South Africa. She's working with us doing our marketing.
Ah, so you had a female co-founder. You were doing so great, and then she left. Yeah, well, it happens, right? It
It's
happens.
yeah, it is what it is.
Yes. What do you think tech look like in 10 years?
Ooh, I think that I have seen pretty big changes in my life, but I think that this AI thing is massively changing tech. I can see it now from interviewing for instance, developers. I want them to make optimal use of AI because it allows them to move faster, but it also means that at the moment, the space for junior developers in tech is extremely limited because all those LLMs, an LLM with a senior developer can do the work of a senior developer plus 5 juniors. So I think that's going to be very tricky. I think that developments like Cursor and now Claude 3.7 is really moving the field forward. And this is the worst it's ever going to get. So I think we're going to see some very big changes.
We're up for some changes here, but are you looking forward to these changes?
Yeah, so I believe the last change that I've seen that's this big was the onset of consumer internet in the 90s. Before the people who worked before couldn't imagine the world it is now, and I don't think that we can currently imagine the world what it will be like in 20 years from now. I really enjoy that because I think that it will allow people to be more productive and to create more things and more amazing things than we could before.
Hmm. And well, you have a more than full-time job running your company. Do you have some hobbies or interests besides running a family and running a company? Do you have time for this?
There's not a lot of time for it, so I have in my attic, in my own room in my house, I have a table full of electronics that is mostly there to remind me that eventually I will have time for a hobby again. But yeah, other than that, I've always enjoyed traveling. I traveled so much. I really like diving, scuba diving, and yeah, spending time with my kids is really my main hobby at the moment.
Yeah, well, I think that's great.
And one I really enjoy. So
Yeah, that's also that's also great to hear. Where else do people know you from?
I don't know. People seem to recognize me. I gave a lot of corporate training. So with my last company, we did corporate training in like 25 different countries, and this is on an open source product. And now when I go to open source conferences, people come to me like, "Hey, Walter, how's it going?" And I'm like,
Oh,
I should probably recognize you, but it's unfortunately I also am really bad at names and faces, so it's not my strong suit.
faces or names or both or the
Both.
combination.
I can meet you in 2 weeks and go like, we've met before, haven't we?
Yeah, and then you need a week to think about it, and then you finally know.
Gets really awkward. I can remember IP addresses is what I always say. I can't remember faces and names. I'm usually too busy getting a first impression from someone when I shake their hand, and then I've already missed the chance to memorize their name. So
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Well, it happens.
this is what I have a co-founder CEO for, who is much more of the outgoing type, who is good at all the commercial things and the relationship stuff, and
Smart hire.
I
Very
sit
good.
behind the computer and do tech.
So you have someone who does all the networking, but it seems like you're networking a lot yourself too.
Yeah, I know, as I said, I never had a plan, so I don't really consider it networking. I go to events and I feel really at home at tech events where I know that I'm speaking to technical people. I feel really awkward in like, I don't know, entrepreneurial events. It's not my space. Right?
Okay. And what kind of tech event are good for people to know and might be interesting for them?
My favorite event is one in Belgium. Was this last month? It's been going for like 20 years, 25 years. I don't even know. It's called FOSDEM. It's a big open source conference. 7,000 nerds in a
Oh, that sounds great.
university campus. No rules, no access tickets. It doesn't cost anything. You just go there and talk to other people who are running Linux on their kitchen blender type stuff. So it's really a great place to be.
Yeah, sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
You are located with your business in the Hague Tech. Why is that?
So actually, we are a fully remote company, but we realized that my co-founder Robin is here, one of our sales guys, Katalin is here, and then we were regularly meeting either in coffee shops or in one of our homes, and that wasn't really cutting it. So we said, okay, maybe it's good to have a small office somewhere, and the Hague Tech was right in the middle of all of our houses, so that made total sense for all of us, and then we actually found a nice community of lots of small companies that are all trying to build something out of nothing. So that's it's been really nice.
So it was a good place. It was located nicely, and meanwhile you find the people to network with who are also entrepreneurial like you. Well, that's great. Do you have career advice for people who are listening to this, love to have your job or your work, and have no idea where to get started?
You should probably not listen to me. Actually.
Do it not like Walter did.
No, as I said, I never had a plan. So if you're someone who wants to build a career, then you probably shouldn't listen to me. I'm a follow your heart kind of person. So I've made some decisions that others wouldn't have made, and I couple that with a healthy appetite for risk. So I follow your heart and do what you want to do, and risks and everything else. In general, I think change is a very good thing. So if you feel stuck somewhere and you think this is not for me, then staying in there is rarely a good idea. So most of the time, I would advise people to go and make a change to whatever it is.
And follow your passion about doing that. Yes, I think it's great advice. How can people connect with you?
How can people connect with me? Well, my name is Walter Heck with a CK, which will probably be in this podcast.
Oh, absolutely will be put in the show notes too.
So I should probably be very worried about privacy, but I'm not so worried about privacy. So on every platform you can imagine, my nickname is Walter Heck. So it's on X, I'm on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is probably my main platform. GitHub, you name it.
Okay, so go to your favorite social media platform, look for Walter Heck, connect with him, and I'm sure they can meet you at the Hague Tech whenever they need.
I'm regularly here as well, indeed. And I really love helping people. So if you have any questions, I really like helping people on a journey, whatever it is, with advice or help.
Thank you so much, Walter, for joining the Dutch Tech on Heels podcast, especially this special Tech Fest edition, and sharing your tech journey. If you like today's episode, hit subscribe and leave a review. Find us on one of the social media platforms we're on, like LinkedIn, Instagram, and X, and connect with us. Who are the leaders in tech you'd like us to feature next? Send us a message. Your suggestions guide our future conversations. Stay inspired, stay connected, and until next time, this is Dutch Tech on Heels signing off.